Hey everyone, Gareth here. Over my own business journey, I've been fortunate enough to create numerous multi-million dollar businesses in my 20s. Today I'm going to cover one of the top things I get asked by aspiring entrepreneurs on a weekly basis. I'm going to explain how to get your business off the ground in 5 easy steps. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear runway of how to bring your idea to reality. Number 1, ideas are not hidden treasure maps. One of the most common things I see as a stopping point for young entrepreneurs is that unwillingness to share. This unwillingness normally comes down to 2 reasons. 1, they're either too afraid to be embarrassed or to say their idea and be ridiculed, or they believe it's such a good idea that if they say it, somebody's going to steal it. Let me tell you now, ideas are simply passports to worldly wealth. You need to actually put in the hard yards to make your idea happen. It's easier for me to explain this having gone through 20-hour days, 7 days a week, bringing my companies to life. Because I have done this, I know the mammoth effort it takes simply to bring your idea to life, let alone make it a success. Because it is so difficult, it creates a defense around your idea, making it harder for others to just run away with it. They are most likely not passionate enough to do it. The other major differentiator is you. I speak from experience here. I've had people in my life try to copy the businesses I've set up. In the end, they're no match for the sheer grit, determination, and hard work I put into the business. And not one of those copycats has come close or affected my business in any way. The point here is keeping closed off with your idea has a serious detrimental effect on your business getting off the ground. Not sharing your initial idea means you're missing out on all that advice, free information, and time-saving tips that your business could use to get off the ground at that early stages. Your business will benefit greatly from opening up about your initial idea. One of the top things that baffles me about entrepreneurs today is they share their idea and they have done zero research. Google it first, people. Google it first. We live in a time where there is more information at your fingertips than ever before. You need to research as much as you can about your idea before you begin, because that time spent at the start is well invested to ensure that you're making the right decision on this idea. The good news about all of this research is that 9 times out of 10, someone else has already done it. That's good news that shows there's a market. It also shows someone has successfully put in that hard work, determination, and grit and successfully executed your idea in a different part of the world. It can be done. It's a proof of concept. Take some ideas from them. Because they've started before you, it means that they've probably added some components to make the idea execute better into the market. Another big point on research is to see the size of the market. How big is the pie you're going after? Here are some easy questions that you can write down to help you evaluate your business opportunity. Does your idea solve a major problem? How many people would be affected if this problem was solved? How much does this problem currently cost people to solve it? How much time does this problem waste? Is there a similar product that has a huge market? And then lastly, how does your product or solution differ to what's out there in the market? Don't be afraid to do the research. Don't be afraid to find your idea being done elsewhere. This research is crucial. I beg you to do it in advance of starting your new business. Your time is valuable. Please spend it wisely. Okay, you've gone through 2 steps already. You've bounced your idea off your friends, family, and others who've done it before you. You've researched the market. You know this is a huge game-changing opportunity. Now, it's time to validate. Validating your business is so key to ensure that you don't waste a year, 2 years, 3 years of your life going down a rabbit hole only to realize the market isn't ready, the market doesn't want your product, and you get to a stage where all your sales combined can't even pay for your rent. I've seen this time and time again where passion projects turns into a business opportunity, but the business opportunity isn't validated and the size of the opportunity is too small, so that person isn't able to make a living and hence they have to give it up. And they feel they've given up on their passion, which is a toxic frame of mind. That passion project never should have been a business in the first place. A fictitious example, let's say John starts a sock company. John enjoys putting his feet by the fire. Who doesn't? So John thinks, why don't I create sock warming technology so I can plug my socks in at night to a charger and all next day my socks are warm. John thinks this will revolutionize the market. So he works for the next 4 years in his shed creating the sock warming project. He invests his life savings. He then spends another few years getting it patented so the market can't take his product away. He's invested over 100,000 at this stage. He's ready to go 5-6 years of his life, and he decides to put his remaining $15,000 into a marketing campaign to launch his product. 3 months after launch, poor John has only $2,000 in sales, mostly from his friends and family who support him, before he realizes the market was never there. John slowly realizes he should have tested his market first. He should have surveyed 100 people, random strangers, to see would they actually buy his technology. What would they spend? When would they use his product? How often? This small exercise would have taken John a day, a week, a month of focus, but could have saved him 6 years of his life. In writing up this content, I couldn't help but research this idea and realize that there are a few Johns out there. We wish them well, and I hope they're proving us wrong on this idea. Now it's time for some business planning. So you've got a world-beating idea. You've received some excellent advice from others. You've validated people who've said, this is a problem and I would spend for this. It's a huge market. There is a legitimate demand for your new business. Excellent. You now have a passport to worldly wealth. The next step is to write your business plan. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Start simple with a pen and paper and just write these following things. First, let's start with a fun one as we draft our plan. Where do I see my business in 5 years' time? Be optimistic. It's just you and yourself. What you should write down should excite you. Okay, let's move down the page and write our 1-year goal. It could be something like launch my new business, got my first 10 customers, or paying myself a basic salary. Amazing. If you got that far, that's amazing. Okay, let's move down again. What's your target for the next 1 month? And break it down again. What are the goals that I can hit this month that will move me towards my yearly target? Okay, next step. What are your goals for this week? Now you have to start thinking more granular. What are the things you're going to do this week? It's so important to start small. It could be something as simple as to reach out to a future potential customer or advisor for some advice on your idea, or simply just putting an extra hour of research in that week. And finally, your target for today. It might be just watching this video, and if so, I'm happy because you're getting in the right mindset. Remember, it's a marathon and not a sprint. It's all these micro actions combined together that build your momentum to sail you forward. Okay, so we've bounced our idea off others. We've researched the market. We've validated our problem and solution. We've business planned. Now what do we need to do? Going down this path, there are going to be many, many, many hard days ahead. There are more hard days than good days when starting a business. There are times when you will want to throw in the towel, believe me. And especially if you're coming from a high-paying corporate job with all the benefits. There's an excellent book called Grit by Angela Duckworth, which I've linked below, which I'd recommend to everybody looking to follow this path. In the book, it breaks down how to measure and improve your grit. I've even found the book as an effective tool in hiring new team members, analyzing their grit levels. In my experience, the difference between success and failure is generally linked between the willingness and determination to roll up your sleeves when things get difficult. Let's get real now. Growing your business requires you to live outside your comfort zone and to dig in when things go against you. Steps 1 to 4 in this video are crucial so that when those dark days and tough days come, you know you've put in the work. You know you're onto something. You understand that although you're having a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, or even a bad year, it will pass if you keep hitting your daily goals. And eventually, you will look back in 5 years' time with a wave of pride rushing over you and no regrets. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got a lot of value from it. I hope you take my advice on these 5 clear steps to follow in starting your business. I'll be diving into more detail in future videos on how to sell your product, hiring team members and key people to your organization, fundraising for your fast scaling company, and all things in both the traditional and tech business world. I'm excited for you and your new business. And if you want to join the journey, please subscribe and I'll see you soon. Every second counts.